Hi everybody, I'm Hugh Sullivan, and I am editing an episode of the Herald and Review Preps Preview. And one thing that I haven't been able to figure out how to do, and I figured I would share my kind of workaround, is normalizing large chunks of audio. A lot of times, if let's take a look at something we haven't normalized yet. We're going to zoom in here. You see that here's a large chunk.
Have the weapons. It's just a matter of executing it, and that'll be. I think that'll be the difference in the game, because Unity's.
Justin Kahn has a really dynamic voice, so he starts really high and then he just kind of talks like this for a minute, and then he makes his point up here and then goes down there. And so when I normalize the big chunk of audio, there's a lot of it that just kind of gets lost in these small areas of the waveform. And so I haven't been able to find an automated way to bring those up without because there's no way it can know if that it's going to be bringing up that it won't accidentally bring up a section that doesn't have any audio in it and then just leave you with static of empty room noise. So here's my workaround, and go ahead and tell me if I'm doing it wrong. I would love to be told I'm doing this wrong, because then I'd know the right way to do it. But I pretty much just zoom in and I just cut chunks, especially if there's a big chunk of really low audio like this here that's right next to one of these big peaks. I'll go ahead and splice those. That way when I normalize all of these clips, then I can go back and listen. And usually it's it takes a little bit to go in and fix some if they did get raised too high. I try and take averages and just kind of eyeball things to make sure that I'm not raising anything too high, because you'll hear the room tone really spike up if you've got a clip of someone barely saying anything right next to them saying something really loud. The ambient noise will really blast up, so you don't want to mess with that too much. So it's got to be a gradual up and down. But I found that this is way faster than actually listening to the entire clip and normalizing as you go, because that can take forever, because you don't know how far down it is before you need to go back down and then come back up. And so this way, when you eyeball it through this waveform, it gives you a rough idea. And you see how much more even Aaron's tone is? There's not really much difference that's going to be made here, but for some reason Justin has a lot more up and down to his voice. While it isn't the most efficient way, I'm sure, to do it, it is for me, and it makes a world of difference when you go in. So now I'm going to go up to audio gain, normalize all peaks, and you may have seen that all jump up. Okay, so I figured it'd be good to do like a little before and after type deal. So here's kind of what it sounds like before it gets all balanced out.
That was a little bit different type team in Camp Point. At Greenfield, they just don't see the type of team Argenna sees and is on.
So I got those ones there. I'm going to go ahead and splice there, and take all of these and normalize them all to 0. And let's see, those ones jumped up.
Last year they got beat by a WIVC team too, but that was a little bit different type team in Camp Point Central. I think that Greenfield, they just don't see the type of...
And you see right here, because he dropped down right here. So this one is raised by 8. This one is raised by 16. So that one really dipped down. You could barely hear him saying it. So but it sounds bad.
A little bit different type team in
because he's still talking here. So even moving the splice point over here wouldn't really help. So right now I'll just put a little bit of a crossfade on there, just to make it a little less jarring.
But that was a little bit different type team in Camp Point.
And so it raises it up.
That was a little bit different type team in Camp Point Central.
So hopefully, if you've been in the same boat as me trying to figure out an easy way to normalize things, hopefully this makes it just a tiny bit easier. And if you know a better way to do it, please share it in the comments, leave a video reply, upload your own tutorial, because I've been searching around and I haven't found anything. When I search for how to normalize audio, I usually just find instructions on how to use the normalizing tool in the program, but no ways on how to work around these large chunks of audio. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel and check back every week for more videos like this.